sessions and advice for all walks of life. With J, Marie, and Blue, we've got topics just for you, bringing it all to light. With vividly vocal. With vividly vocal.
What's up, you guys?
Hi, everyone.
Hello, and welcome back to the
Second episode of
episode.
Vividly Vocal.
I was about to say third of Vividly Vocal. You guys, it's your host J Marie,
And this is Blue.
And welcome back, you guys. How was your Halloween?
It was great. We had a good old time.
We did, you guys. Y'all know we had to go out with a bang,
Right. We had to celebrate the premiere episode of Vividly Vocal because the first episode came out on Halloween Day.
Did.
So we said, let's go outside. So we went to a black-owned restaurant in Houston. Highly recommend. It's called The Warwick. It's a great black-owned upscale restaurant, and they had a little Halloween party event. So we got in our costumes and we came up there and had a good old time. I was Tinkerbell.
I was, I don't remember what I kind of was. I think I was like a vibration or a mixture of like Mortal Kombat and a military cadet or something. But we had a good time, y'all. We had a good time.
Right. And you can see our costumes on our Instagram at Vividly Vocal. We got on the 360 booth and we did our little thing and, called it a night.
Yes, if y'all are not following us on social medias, then what are y'all doing? Okay. Before we start this episode off, I just want to say, Vividly Vocal want to send our condolences to the Migos. Mm-hmm. They just recently lost Takeoff to a violent situation that shouldn't have took place, and it was actually in Houston, right up the street from lovely old little Beaumont. My prayers goes out to not only Offset and Quavo, but to also the family, because Takeoff was a nephew,
right?
So that was Quavo's sister's child. So I can only imagine how she feels right now,
right?
Also, I want to say condolences to the family of the Carter family, right? Yes, the Carter family. Aaron Carter passed away yesterday. He drowned.
That's what the social media posting said. It said he drowned in a bathtub.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it was due to alcohol or drug usage or anything of that nature, but I'm not familiar with him, but rest in peace to him as well.
Yeah, this not to say nothing about Miss Blue because she is a little bit younger than me, but the older generation knows him from the song I Want Candy back in the day, and y'all of course know his brother being on Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter. So again, we want to send our condolences to both of the families, but let's get into the topic, you guys. Mm-hmm. And today's topic is,
what is friendship?
What is friendship? We need to let y'all know, or to at least tell y'all what we feel is the definition of friendship.
Because how some of these quote unquote besties be moving, oh my God.
Everybody looking like your friend. Everybody ain't your friend.
Right? Looking like a weapon formed against you.
Oh my gosh, that prosper. Come on. Preach the gospel. But let's go ahead and start this off. So I do have a question for Miss Blue.
Okay.
My question is, why is it so hard for men to be vulnerable in their platonic relationships?
For men to be vulnerable in their... Me personally, I haven't had a hard time with my male friends being vulnerable with me. I have a very close male friend. He's always been very upfront and very, honest about his feelings and how he's feeling and what he's going through. And from what I've observed from men friendships, men... they look at their friends like their brothers. Like, they're ready to tell their brother, like, anything about it. Like men, I feel like men, are good at keeping their friends close and really knowing who their friend is. Right. Me personally. I mean, I haven't had any experience with, a male friend being vulnerable. Well, there are some cases where I've had a male friend who couldn't be honest with himself, so he lied to other people. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my experience.
He was living 2 different lives.
Sure would.
Oh my God.
About 8 of them.
Oh my God. Planets,
universities,
colleges, into
countries,
mental asylums. Like, come on, my boy, get back to reality. But why is it hard for men to be vulnerable in platonic relationships? I personally never had a male friend as far as a straight male friend.
Right.
All my male friends have been part of the LGBT community. Still, it does take a lot for them to be vulnerable because as a gay male, it's like, they do open up to certain people, and then it's like sometimes it gets thrown back in their face.
I can see that.
So it's just like, why should I open up? Why should I be vulnerable to you when Sally Sue
Everybody
and
else
Maybell
has judged me?
Yeah, and I've been judged before. So I just think it's more of being judged and being criticized more than anything. It's easy for a woman to become like vulnerable. I just feel like it is. It's kind of easy for us because like some women are open book and some of them are not, but it's really hard because men feel like they're judged as soon as they open up. Oh, you shouldn't feel like that, you're a man, or you shouldn't think like that because you're a man. So it's just like I feel like that's the situation to that.
Yeah, it can be sometimes. Yeah.
So I do want to say something about friendship. I was watching TikTok last night, y'all. I'm a binge watcher of the mighty TikTok. I was watching a TikTok and this girl was telling a story about how her female friend was toxic. And I want to know, have you ever had a toxic, not female, but it could just be a friend, period, and and how did you go about dealing with that, or did you not deal with it, or like first of all, how was it dealing with that toxic friend?
Well, the friend I had wasn't necessarily toxic towards me, but I guess you could say he was in a passive aggressive way toxic towards me, but he was most definitely toxic towards other people.
Right.
And and it was just exhausting dealing with him. And though I loved him to death, I didn't find out who he really was until recently last year. And it was just exhausting. He said some things about me and some things about other people, and it's like this person really has no loyalty to anybody, not even to themselves, to be just up and bopping around town spreading everybody's business, swearing to God everybody's your best friend, but you turn around and you put all this dirt on them as soon as they turn their backs or whatever. And he wasn't toxic towards me because I feel like he would tell me all the time, he was like, you're all I have, you're all I got. And I'd be like,
that sounds scary. That sounds terrorizing. That sounds like,
oh my God. He was like, you're my family, you're all I have and you're all I got. And I was like, not knowing anything, I'm like, okay, he just needs a friend, he needs somebody to believe in. He was like, you believed in me when nobody else did, and da-da-da-da-da. And okay, fine, but
not to cut you off, but do you ever think I don't know, I'm thinking of psychopath tendencies, but do you think with him saying that, you're my only friend, I believe in you, he sounded like he's about to kidnap your ass, he just wanted you all to himself?
I mean, I never got that feeling, but then as time went on, I did get that feeling because, let me tell the story. I was at a friend's house, a gentleman friend's house, and J. Marie had texted me and said, hey, so-and-so wants to go do something. I was like, okay, I'm at my friend's house right now, so I'll see y'all in about 15 minutes. We can go do that when we get off, when I leave. And what was said right after that was, J. Marie was like, oh, Blue's at her friend's house. And he said, what? I'm her only friend. And he took out his phone and checked my location. And she said, oh, I know where she is. She goes over there sometimes. And that was... I didn't find that out till sometimes later, and that was so scary to me because Number one, you're not my only friend. And secondly, I can go where I want to go and hang out with who I want to hang out with. And then as me and Jay Marie were getting closer, he would just I could see that he was getting irritated, and kind of wanted me to keep me away from her. But, he ultimately failed.
Failed miserably.
But, yeah, that's that on that. But I didn't really, I tried to reason with him being toxic and whatnot, but I just knew, you get to a point where you're like, I'm done talking.
Yeah.
I'm wasting my breath on you because there's obviously no change. There's nothing. And that's just how it happened. Like, I just had to let him go. And there was a little event that happened. It wasn't no pressure to me, but something that happened, he just fell out and I just never spoke to him again.
So do you feel like as though you were a good friend to him?
Most definitely. I can say I never did him wrong.
Of course.
Like, no matter, I remember we had a conversation because he got back to me that he said on recording, he said some stuff about me and he denied it. Boop, played that recording. That's just how I felt at the time. This was yesterday, mind you. This was the day before, mind you.
This happened like years ago.
Right.
No, this happened yesterday.
Yeah. And I remember telling him, I was like, no matter how I felt or how angry I've been at you, every problem I had with you, I took directly to you because I have more respect for you than that to just go out in the streets and tell somebody you making me mad or you're telling your business and stuff like that. Because I just have that much respect for you.
I love that. As far as me dealing with a toxic friend, I've had a couple. I've had a couple. I'm not going to sit here and name nobody because it's not the platform to do so. But I have. And, you don't realize nobody's toxic until either A, somebody shows you that they are, or B, they just reveal their actual self. Because true colors don't come out until something really happens. I feel like people should show their true colors in advance, but a lot of people hide their true self. But when something happens or when the going gets rough, that's when their true colors pops the fuck out, and it's just like, okay, this is not the person that I met, or this is not the person that I knew. So who the fuck is this? So I've had a lot of questionable friendships, a lot of people that I thought were going to be down that was not down at all. And then I had some friends that, that were real as fuck, and it's just the person in me that just was too shooken up about certain friendships that I had dealt with. I couldn't be friends with them anymore.
Right.
Or, it's not even it's just that. So, how I dealt with them, it just seems like nobody ever shows their true colors with me. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are not honest. Some people are not honest with me when they first meet me. Like, don't tell me this majestical ass story when I first meet you. And then when it comes to the light, everything you said was a fairy tale. Or you add on to your fairy tale and you want somebody to be like, you remember this happened. No, I don't, baby. I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night, baby. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, yeah, that's, I don't know how to deal with them necessarily because I don't want to be spiritual with it, but as an empath, the thing I hate about being an empath is a blessing and it's a curse because I can see your negativity, but I want to at least try to change you into a positive person before anything. Like, I see the light. I see you. Like, it's something about you. It's something pure there, but you are surrounded by so much negative aspects. Like, let me try to at least bring it out. And it'd be like, bitch, I'm tired of fighting. Like, bitch, all right. Like, y'all, let me tell you, let us tell y'all this story. So, speaking of fighting spiritual wars.
Oh, my God.
Me and Blue had an encounter with this guy that we were friends with. We're going to call this is a Tales of the Tune. I don't mind telling the story because I feel like we need to be famous off of this bullshit ass maniac.
It's going up on TikTok at some point.
Yes, it is. Y'all, me and Blue were in a spiritual warfare with this nigga's demons. that he couldn't fight his fucking self.
Well, that's what we believe it to be at this moment in time. We will never know the actual truth.
We will never know.
But that's just what we deduced it to be from the evidence,
This motherfucker was, y'all, psychotic. He bought us charms, y'all. He bought us...
Okay. You know what? Let's start from the beginning. Let's lay it out. So Toon had a quote-unquote toxic friend group he was trying quote-unquote so bad to get away from. He wasn't.
Emphasize on
he said, okay, so there's like a queen bee of the group. We're gonna call her Tanya. He really didn't like Tanya. Like, I don't know what his thing with Tanya was, but he hated her guts. So Tanya, so apparently he told us Tanya got mad that he left their friend group and came to hang out with us more. So therefore, Tanya is declaring spiritual war against us. I was like, okay, that's a bullshit reason. Like, okay, I don't care at the end of the day, but why would you do? That's a bullshit reason. Yeah. And he had us believing Tanya knew how to astral project. She knew how to do black magic. She knew how to send spirits after people. Tanya,
she could deep throat from the place she at to where we at now. I'm sorry, that's nothing but that's just what it was.
Okay, and he said Tanya is going to attack us in different ways. He said Tanya came in his dreams disguised as his grandma's best friend. And he had to pull out a sword made of light to defeat. I got the whole text message of him talking about it, and I'm just like, this is bullshit. But like he said, Tanya would attack him physically, attack J. Marie physically and spiritually, and attack me financially. And and she was sending spirits. Like there was apparently at one point an entity standing outside my house, but it was too afraid to step foot on the property, so it would just stare at my house. It would just stand on the curb and stare. There was a skull in the trees above his house.
That's fact. Right. We actually seen that.
Right. And J. Marie, she was getting fucked up physically by this entity or whatever he summoned.
Whatever he fucking summoned,
or
y'all.
whatever Tanya, quote unquote Tanya summoned. And I wasn't really involved in everything. I tried because I just felt like I'm not gonna give no mortal power over me. So I was just, minding my business, living my life. Meanwhile, J. Marie over here getting fucked up because she's around this fucking necromancer right next to her, whatever the fuck he want to call himself. And so
it was horrible.
It was horrible. And so one night, J. Marie and this person are at her house. They're watching an anime on TV. And J. Marie just starts feeling these claws in her stomach. It feels like a cat's dragging its claws inside her stomach.
That shit hurt so bad.
And she's writhing in pain and rolling around. And Toon is standing over like, you gotta fight it! You can do it! You got it! Fight! And she's like, you fucking psychopath. What is going on? She's like, fight it, you got it. And she's crying and shit. And then it stops. And he's like, and they're sitting there and he's like reminiscing about a boy. A boy who,
if I were a
boy. He's reminiscing about a boy. And like at this moment in time, he quote unquote lost the boy. The boy didn't like him, was never interested in him romantically, and he just stopped talking to him.
Yes.
And he was obsessed with him.
Psychopath.
But he's sitting there talking. He's like, oh, I really miss Trevor. I really miss Trevor. I fucked up a good thing, and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to go on. And J. Marie looks up and she's like, Toon, is this about a boy? And he's like, no, we're not going to spiritual war over no nigga. We're not going to spiritual war over nigga. He was like,
down with the niggas.
She was like, because I swear to God, if you got me and Blue involved in a spiritual war for a nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he's like, no. And then some time passes, a moment passes, and she's like, tell me the truth, Toon. What did you do? Does it have anything to do with Trevor? Well, it has a lot to do with Trevor, actually.
Oh my God, I lost my shit that day. I'm like, you fucking imbecile. Why the fuck would you have us go through all this shit? Y'all, literally, if y'all are in spirit, like some of y'all are not, like, okay, so let me rephrase what I'm about to say. A lot of y'all need to kind of step into spirituality, because y'all will be amazed at the shit that you see and feel. Y'all, literally, it felt like, I have to give y'all a visual. It felt like Freddy Krueger literally had his claws inside of my stomach, and at the time I had a cyst growing in my stomach. It felt like he grabbed my cyst and started moving it from his hand from one side to the other, gnawing my shit. And you guys, when I went to the bathroom, I could not stop crying. I know this is explicit, but blood was everywhere, and this motherfucker is in there egging me on, talking about, you're strong, you got this, bitch. I ain't got shit, bitch. I'm damn near dying.
Oh my God.
Like, what the fuck? I think we need to get some form of spiritual reckoning on here, some type of spiritual person, because we need to express
for real.
Because
and then
what the fuck?
J. Marie's like, what the fuck? I'm telling Blue right now. He's like, why would you do that? Don't tell her that.
And
no.
I sure the fuck
and
did.
she did.
I told
and I
Blue.
said, bitch ass nigga, you got me fucked up. You sending entities to my house or my family. You sending entities to J. Marie's house. You getting J. Marie fucked up by a spirit or a demon of some kind. You have me so fucked up. And like, I didn't look at him the same after that. Like, you, and like during this whole time, I'm thinking he would sacrifice one of us for Trevor to get him back in his life. That was just a random intrusive thought I had. I have no reason to think that, but I was like, if Trevor could come back in his life, he would sacrifice one of us. And I'm like, nigga, are you trying to sell my soul, or what are you trying to do? No, I'm not trying to do any of that. And then once we find out, a few days pass, and then suddenly he comes in the group chat talking about, we won the war. Good job, you guys. We won the war.
Said what?
We haven't done shit.
Nigga, we didn't do anything.
Right, we didn't do anything. Oh, suddenly we won the war. Now that we found out the jig is up, you tried to cover it up. He was trying to get us to wear these bracelets to make our powers better.
Yes.
And quote unquote make our powers better. And he was trying to make us do sage every week, sit in sage every week. He was trying to link, and most of all, he was trying to link our souls together. He was trying to bind our
sage. Who gets high off the sage?
He did, apparently. He did.
Motherfucker was stone cold high.
But he was trying to bind our souls together so we could become, quote unquote, more powerful. And he was like, well, if we bind our souls together, we can't leave each other ever. And I was like, that's why I was like, nope. It was funny at first. No, because you're a fucking psychopath. It was fun at first. It was funny, but no, let's stop.
Don't he sound like, hiya, Georgie?
Oh my God.
But no, y'all, we just had to tell that story because I just feel like it feels right by saying that, because, you know, dealing with friends I feel like everybody should have a fucking friend application. Like, bitch, in order to be like, let me do a background check on you. Like, how's your mom and your father? How's he? Like, I need to check. Like, have you been in the mental asylum before? How many medications do you take? Like, not to be mean or ugly about it, but it just be certain shit that y'all be doing that I just can't get.
But some things people aren't honest about up front, and then the mask can only stay on for so long. So sometimes it is just, you just gotta fuck around to find out, you know. Sometimes.
Seriously.
But I would love an application process or anything like that.
So, another thing I want to point out about friends, 9 signs that you have a toxic friend. I wrote that down. Do you want to hear my 9 signs?
Sure, I sure do.
So we can talk about it. So number 1, openly brags about accomplishments you struggle to master. I've never had that, but what have I? I don't know if I had anybody brag. No, I don't think so. What about you?
I don't, not off the top of my head. Accomplishments you struggle to master.
Yeah, like, have you ever had a friend that just brags about some shit that you've been trying to accomplish, or you thought, or I don't know, just an accomplishment?
Not accomplishment. Well, one night I was driving around with a friend, and he was on the phone with J. Marie, and he said that I'm gonna get paid $4,000 a month just to sit on my ass at the do and do this and this and that, and I'm gonna have a big truck by the end of the year. And I was like, well, okay, good for you. I'm proud of you. I didn't want to say I was jealous, but like it just felt like, because how it feels to be the average person trying to make ends meet on your own, and then you have somebody, giggling about how much money they're about to make. I mean, it don't, if a friend wins, if my friend wins, we all win, and I just feel like it's a difference between, bragging about how you're gonna do something, but rather than being like, okay, well, I have this new position, I'm gonna do this and this and that, and I mean, good for you though, but turns out that wasn't the case at all. He was not lying, but his expectations were way too high.
No, it was a fantasy world that motherfuckers living in.
Right.
Fucking pixie dust and shit, and unicorns fucking. Like, this nigga just thought he was just big dog.
Right.
No, sir. No. No. Not at all. But, as far as that, when you said my name, I ain't even gonna lie, I had to think about the shit you was about to say. I'm like, Lord, please don't tell me it's something that I said or he did. But another one, number 2, smugs, or it's very smug when you share something vulnerable. So basically, if you tell them something vulnerable or something deep in your life, they smug about it or they gossip about it. Now, I've had that done multiple times. I remember actually a time where I had told a really close friend of mine something that had happened in my home. It wasn't nothing bad, but I feel like if you're my friend, I feel like if you're a close friend on top of that, like how me and Blue are, and how me and our other two friends are, like our whole circle group, I just feel like, we can talk to each other and be honest with each other. And we have been like that for a good minute since we met each other. But I had specifically told them this one thing, and I didn't know that it was going to go to somebody else. But when you tell somebody stuff and you can trust them with everything, it's just like, oh, I'm not going to hear this again.
Right.
Literally, I bullshit you not, you guys. I get a call from one of my other friends, and they're just like, hey, so-and-so called me and told me you were going through this. And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
It's damn shame.
Like, what do you mean? Like, they told you what? And it infuriated me because I'm just like, why would you go back and say something? And I took the time to talk to you and tell you exactly what's going on, and you do some things like that. So, yes, I've dealt with that. What about you?
Me personally, I don't tell people. It takes a lot for me to be vulnerable with somebody, and I don't tell people really not like really deep things about me most of the time, and it's just like but when I say like a little piece about myself and the information do get back to me, that'd be like, yeah, fuck no. Is there a story I can relate to this? Okay, so I had a friend, and he would he knew me very well, and J. Marie, well, as me and J. Marie were getting closer, and she told me that such and such, she said something. What did she say? She said,
I'm scared.
She asked me, well, first, number one, we went to a bar together, and we were still getting to know each other. We went to the bar, and we were talking, and she was like, how's your love life? And I was like, nothing really going on. Why? And she was like, well, Toon told me this and that. And I was like, no. And she's like, and he told me you have a degree in this, but you don't work in that field. And I was like, yeah, because I don't want to, it's just not what I want to right now. And I had said, and she said back to me, she's like, well, he complains about how you're not making as much money as you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the look, because he knows exactly what my degree is in. So like, that's how I know you can't be trusted officially now,
Yeah. He like, we're not trying to make this episode about him, I promise you, but he had so much things that he would just do and just be like, all right, look, this is a prime example of why the fuck we don't have, that's why we could identify a fucking toxic ass friend now. But he would just like throw shit in our, like not throw shit in our face, but it would just be like, oh, well, you have a degree in this and you're not in that field. Yeah, nigga, I don't. Like, I noticed when I went to school, because I was going to school for, I went to school for child care and development. That's where I got my associate's degree in. And then I was going to go to school for education so I could be a teacher. I turned to find out that I didn't want to do that because I don't like dealing with a lot of snotty nose ass kids. So that's something I didn't want to do. So when I told him this, it was just like, you're gonna make a lot of money. Why are you not doing that? Well, why the fuck? Where's your degree?
Right? Where's your degree, and what are you doing for a living?
What do you do? Well,
right. I mean, what's your income?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, the fuck. Like, before you tell me anything, I'm not even gonna say what I wanted to say because I said it on the last podcast. But before you talk about anything, just make sure your grass is cut over there, and make sure. I ain't gonna say it. Fuck. I'm gonna say, make sure your ass is wiped too.
I knew it was gonna be something with the ass. Oh my god.
So point number 3, gossips about other friends and probably gossips about you.
Exactly.
We just talked about that. I actually had another incident to where I don't really just sit here and gossip about, it ain't even, I don't really gossip. I don't gossip about nobody. I mean, I really don't. I mean, like, I don't have no enemies. If I do have an enemy, I feel like, you're an enemy to yourself, because I don't have no beef with nobody. But I have had occasions to where I've had people talk about others to me, and I feel like if you're going to talk about them to me, when you look at them, are you going to talk about me to them? Right. Because this be the same people that be smiling in these people's face and, oh girl, oh sis, oh bestie, for the resty, like, we locked down, and I mean, I see it on social media, and I just seen it firsthand. The same people that do that, and they turn around and they talk shit about you to the next person. Talk about how you look, or your hygiene, or your job. Like, they talk about all these things, but these be the same people that, quote unquote, say that they real, or they fuck with you the long way. Like, you gotta watch out for people like that.
There's no reason why I should know about your best friend, baby daddy business, and that's your sis, allegedly. There's no reason why I should be knowing all that. All this information.
Yeah, I shouldn't know anything about where anybody lives, how to get to their location. I shouldn't know how anybody smells. I shouldn't know all these things. But I do. Why? Because your good sis, your good old buddy pal, your best friend, my dog for life, is the same person telling me everything that you telling me.
Right. And on the flip side, be careful who you tell your business to.
Ooh.
Because not like what we said in the beginning, everybody not your partner, And some people, they'll approach you asking you these really deep personal questions, like they pretending to care. Yeah. But really they collecting information on you for real. That's just how it was with the same individual. He would ask these deep questions, like it wasn't like a place of let me get to know you, let me be your friend. It was like collecting information, like in just a messy way. And like, there's no reason why my personal business should be a topic of conversation for you to talk to somebody else.
I feel like my personal business should be a kiki,
a kiki or conversation or nothing like that.
Like, which brings me to my next point. Well, it doesn't have nothing to do with it, but this is the next point. Punishes your unavailability with a communication blackout. So basically, if you're not available for this person, they instantly stop talking to you. Or if you can't be there for that person, when you see them on the next something, they instantly throw it in your face. I personally, because y'all talk so much about a counselor, as a Cancer, it is times where we do have those moments when we are not unavailable, but we do need someone to, like, if I'm feeling some type of way, I know you can't read my mind, but damn, try to check on me. Well, sometimes you don't know, but sometimes when we're in that state of mind, it's like, I want you to know I'm feeling some type of way without me telling you I'm feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know I have those moments, and like, when someone didn't check on me at that time, and they did check on me, it's just like, well, damn, bitch, why you didn't check on me then?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I do have to think like, well, bitch, you didn't know I was going through that
Right.
at that time. Like, that's the part of communicating with
Right.
somebody. So I have had a friend that would be going through something and wouldn't say nothing, wouldn't say a bitch ass thing, but as soon as you going on with your life, I just find it funny how, and they send you a long fucking paragraph that is 4 pages
Right.
in the word of fucking Aaliyah.
Right.
Like, bitch, I can't read your mind. I mean,
Right.
I don't know technically what you have going on, so therefore, you cannot be upset if I'm not available for you
Right.
when you need me to be there for you.
Right.
You know? Well, how do you feel about that?
Punishes your unavailability with a communication blackout.
Yeah.
And you're speaking emotionally unavailable. I'm gonna say physically. Well, I'm gonna talk about physically unavailable. Well, you know how girls. There's like a meme going around like how girls fall out because you can't make it to their birthday dinner or something like that. But you know, I can see if a person, since we're adults, everybody has their own life going on. And if you're physically unavailable, sometimes you're just not going to be able to make it or anything like that. So let's say, I'm going to use a birthday dinner as an example. This person, I was friends with them, and they're all, how people are always like, oh girl, we need to go do this, we need to do that, we need to catch up, we need to see me. I'm like, okay, well, my birthday dinner is going to be January the such and such, so you can come if you want to.
Yeah. This
person told me they're coming, and the day of, I had their spot reserved and everything. And the day of, okay, I'm on my way. Wasn't on the way at all. Hey girl, I'm not gonna be able to come because blank to blank. So I'm gonna see you we gonna have to meet up another time. Why I get on Snapchat and I see they had another birthday party?
Oh,
no hard feelings. I mean, I really, I'm not, I don't really feel no way about it, but it's just, I guess a lesson for some people. I mean, I still had a good time on my birthday with or without them, and I mean, I know things happen, but don't just sit there and just lie,
Yeah.
Things happen. Just be honest about what's going on. Like, maybe, let's say, like, you can't make it to somebody's birthday event or somewhere or anything because you don't have enough money. Just be honest about it. Just be honest and, just communicate with that. There doesn't have to be any hard feelings about anything.
Which brings me to a point. I was gonna bring that last, but that's crazy that you said that because this was number 9. Declines your invitation to go to a special event or lies about a special event that you hosted that can't make it, but later brags that they went to someone else's event. You see them at their event. Or went with someone else to a whole nother thing. Like, I mean, I'm big on communication is key, and I'm big on honesty.
Right.
I feel like if you can, like Blue said, if you cannot make it, or if you had something come up, it is okay.
Right. It's okay to say that.
It's okay. Like, I'm not the type of person to be like, you didn't make it to my party.
Right.
Nah. Like, a lot of people have kids. A lot of people have responsibilities. A lot of people have jobs. So it's just like, you can't make it to every single thing. But, if you promise me and it comes up last minute, I'm still not going to trip about it. Like, family comes first. I mean, your job, you got to make money somehow, right? Mm-hmm. But if you just blatantly lie to me.
Right.
And I see otherwise, that you lied to me, but you could go to the goddamn zoo. You could go to
Chuck E. Cheese.
Poppy Playtimes. Like, you could go all these other places, but what's really tea? Like, just say you couldn't make it. And I mean, it ain't nothing. It ain't no, oh, well, I can't talk to you because it is. I'm the most understanding human that I feel like God put on this earth. They got a lot of understanding humans, but come on now, I'm very understanding. Like, just say you couldn't make it.
Right.
Like, just say that. So, another point I want to do is pushes and disrespects your boundaries. Oh my gosh. One thing I find weird is that if you say you like me, don't try to talk to anybody that's related to me. That is a boundary.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like a no forbidden zone. Like you shouldn't even consider doing that.
What the fuck?
You should not even consider doing that.
What the fuck? Or you talk to me and you in my homegirl's messages.
Like it's not gonna get back to me.
Like
ooh, dee.
Almost broke the iPad. Like, no, seriously. Like, don't do that. I feel like it's a lot of boundaries that people put, and so many people just want to leap over that motherfucker. Like, okay, Blue, give me an example of a boundary that you feel that you don't ever want anybody to cross, as far as you being in a relationship with somebody, or just a personal boundary.
A personal boundary as to just anybody can cross. Anybody can't cross.
Yeah.
I would say some of this. I would say those things as well. I would say be respectful of my time.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to just drop everything and come to, unless it's an emergency. But don't expect me to just drop everything because you want me to do something for you, or you want me to, just fuck off with you and not do shit.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. That's one of my big ones. Like, I will always make time for somebody, but it's just like, don't throw a tantrum when I'm not available, because I live my life on a schedule. Like, I have things, to be done.
Yeah.
Like every adult does, and it just feels like I just want that level of respect.
Yeah.
Of being able, to move on my time and not be rushed by anybody.
Ooh, don't you hate when somebody just rushes you?
Right.
Like, hey, Eric, can you come right now?
Right.
Like, I'm waiting on you. Bitch, hold on. Hold on. I hate when somebody asks you to do something.
Right.
And then they rush you. Like, okay,
Right.
well, can you come pick me up now?
Right.
What about now? Like, what about that?
Right.
Bitch, hold on. Let me at least brush my teeth. Like, now at least let me wash my cooter. Like, now let me get touch my breast or something. Like, damn, bro. Like, I'm gonna come.
And
I'm
also,
going.
That was one of my big boundaries I put up. Like 2020, I'm not running errands for nobody unless you're like, a close friend and you really need me. You're like, hey. As long as it's every once in a while, like, I don't mind doing for a friend, but it's like, if that's the only thing you're talking to me for, and the only thing you're hitting me up for, hey, can you take me to the store? Can you take me to do this or take me to do that? And stuff like that. So New Year's,
I was about to ask you, tell me the story. I
had 2 male friends at the time, and I was just that year I was just very exhausted because I just felt like I was starting to build some resentment towards them, because I was the only one with a car, and I'm very blessed to have a car. Not all people have cars, and it just felt like I was just mama. Like, it just felt like I was just taking them here, there, and everywhere. Like, I was the only one driving on trips and outings and things, and it just got to the point where like it just felt like I was a mama or something like that. And then I was talking to one of my friends who I love very much, and like, I forgive him for this, but I had said, we were out to eat when one of my friends and my other friend was stuck at the house or something like that, and we were like, we should go visit him for New Year's. It's New Year's, we're just gonna visit him and drop by and see him. He had texted, I was like, okay, we're gonna come see you, and he's like, okay. Meanwhile, while y'all on the way, can y'all stop at Wingstop and grab me some wings? Can you get this and this and that? And I was like, the fuck? And it just made me really upset. Like, this is your last favor of 2020. # no more mama 2020 or something like that. And I was just over it, because I just felt like I just don't want to be the friend that runs errands. I don't want to be the mom. I don't like being the mom friend. But it just felt like felt like I was just running errands, like I'm an Uber or some shit and other things. And like, I was the only one driving, and one of my friends went out to college. And the other one was like, do you want to go up to college to see him off? And the college was like 2.5 hours away. And I was like, who's driving? Silence. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So before we go into the next point, when you say the mom friend, I've never heard of that term. I've heard people say like, I don't want to be the friend that's a mama, but like the mom friend, like, go into depth of
the mom friend. It's a job. Like, I didn't volunteer to be the mom friend. I was the designated mom friend because, like, when you're a friend, you think you see somebody be like, damn, they have their shit together. They know what they're doing. They think, their heads on straight and they think straight. And you're designated the mom friend because, all my other friends in the group were just la-da-dee, la-da-da, doing their own thing. And, I had the, I don't want to say maturity, but just like, like it seemed like I had it all together because I always was the one who made shit happen.
Yeah.
And like, okay, you're the mom friend. You're like, and my friend sent a meme to the group chat, and it was like some avatar characters, and it said Katara, the mom friend, and he was like, this is Eri. And then one of them, it was either Appa, the big beast or whatever, the one with the card, because I was mom friend and I was the one with the card, and I was like, oh my god, they really think I'm the mom friend because I give okay advice and I take people around and I'm always solving people's problems. So I was like, it's exhausting being the mom friend. You're the one who's taking care of people. I don't know how other mom friends feel, but like it just got to a point where I'm like, man, I'm tired. Why can't I just be stupid too? Just la-da-dee, la-da-da. Why can't I be one to have fun? But but everybody's depending on me to get them back and forth safely.
Well, okay. Well, I knew of the term, and I know a lot of people uses it, but it's just I didn't know. I wanted you to give me the definition because I've heard of people use the mom term heavily in a friend group, and they not the mom, they're the flunky. You ain't no fucking mama. You are the flunky. You're not. Bitch.
You're a boy. First of all, you're a boy.
You are a boy. God damn it. Use that her frequently, but bitch, you are the flunky. You are Pinocchio, bitch.
That person, he wasn't elected mom friend though. You're not democratically elected the mother friend though. You're not a mother.
You are the peasant.
You're the errand boy.
Butler.
You're the errand boy. You're the chauffeur, but you think you're the mother though.
Okay, so let me get through with these points, y'all, because Blue did have some things that she wanted to discuss, and I do want to get into that. So this is another one. Threatens the relationship if you don't go along with the plans. Y'all, I ain't never been threatened before, but I want to bring this up. They had an email that came through, and it basically said that they had a friend that just kind of was a little loony, and he was threatening them.
We're talking about Maniac Mike?
Yes, he was threatening them, y'all. Let me tell y'all, toothpick. What is it? Grey Goose Baba Juice. Toothpick.
Papa Juice.
Yes.
Birthday cake.
Chocolate shake, bitch. You ain't about to threaten me. Come on now. I don't care if you the size of Hercules, and I don't care if you the size of Jerry. Is it Jerry the Mouse? Bitch, no. You not about to threaten me. Right. The fuck? So I feel as though if you threaten me because I didn't go with what you say, bitch, you don't need to.
You gotta go.
I want to fight.
You gotta go.
You got to fucking go. Like, have you ever had somebody just be like, Blue, if you don't do this, I don't fuck with you.
No.
I ain't never had no shit like that.
Nope.
Y'all be bold.
Absolutely not.
Y'all be bold.
And you still talking about, I don't know if I should be his friend anymore because, of course not. Of course not.
Okay, so hold on. I got two more and I'm done. My next point is, you aren't allowed to have friends outside of their approved social group.
Oh my God.
That's the one. So I do want to shed some light on this today. I got one more point, and then I'm kind of done until it's Blue's time.
Okay.
So I feel as though it does not. I feel like people have friends. They have a friend group. And it is okay to have friends outside of that friend group.
Of course.
I've been saying it's okay. But a lot of people feel like that is not so. Mm-hmm. Why do y'all not feel as though that is possible? Like, for example, I have a friend group. It's 4 of us in there. Literally, it's just the 4 of us. I have other associates outside of that.
Right.
Friends that I talk to outside of that. But my closest ones, yes, they are in my friend group. Mm-hmm. my friends don't have a problem with that. As long as they don't bring all that drama and that negativity, then yes, okay, I will understand your opinion.
Right.
But if they ain't doing no harm, they ain't bothering nobody, what's the tea? Like, why do you feel some type of way that I have a friend that I could go hang out with on this day, and I can't hang out with y'all, but I hang out with y'all 24/7,
right,
like fucking Walgreens, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
Like, you know, do you have anything to input with
Well,
that?
I feel like it's a scarcity mindset sometimes because my love is abundant. Like, I don't feel threatened by my friend making friends with other people. Maybe as a child I did because, you know, you're a child. Like, you know, you don't want your best friend to leave you. But my love is abundant, and I'm not threatened by my friend making friends with other people because that's just what it is. That's just what human nature is. And you know, nothing's wrong with networking, and I'm always open to meet other people.
Right.
But it's just not in me to be like, hey, who are you hanging out with? I'm your only friend. But my friend, my ex-friend, he had his own friend group. And they were, according to him, they were really toxic to him. They were calling him all types of names, all types of slurs and things of that nature. And
saying he's from like pig. I'm sorry.
and like, as much as he complained to me, he wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, I was like, he really needs to leave. But I was like, at the same time, I was like, well, he's okay with it because he's staying and he's not making attention or moving. And I felt like I didn't want to be a hater.
Yeah.
By telling him to leave them alone because I don't want it to come off as, oh, I'm uncomfortable with you hanging out with these people all the time without me and stuff like that. But it wasn't that at all. But I ended up telling them that, like, why are you hanging out with them? But, you know, that's just how I felt. I didn't want to say stop hanging out with him because that was his main crew. Not his main crew, but, you know, somebody he spent a good amount of his time with. They would be out till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning not doing shit.
Going to Buc-ee's.
Hood rat shit. I don't think they went to Buc-ee's, but
it was hood rat shit with your hood rat friends.
But on the flip, this person wanted to be Mr. Popular. Everybody was his best friend. He called everybody his best friend. I ain't never seen somebody have so many best friends in their life. But he didn't want me to hang out with other people or me and Jay Marie to get close. Like, let's say he would be outside with them people, and me and Jay Marie be like, "Whoa, what are you doing tonight?" "Oh, nothing." "You want to get together?" "Yeah." And we'll go do something. It was a big ass no for us to be getting together. Meanwhile, he outside with some other people.
Exactly. Like, it was an issue when he saw me in blue. It was like fucking the world has came to an end. Mm-hmm. Jesus has finally came down to take all his people. That's how he portrayed it to me. And it's just like, ain't you out with DeMarcus in the game?
Right.
Like, ain't you out with Josie and the Pussycats? Like, why is there an issue, my nigga? Like, calm down. Like, go control your bladder or something.
Right.
Like, the fuck?
I don't know. And it just became, and it was just like he wasn't honest about his issue, or like he wouldn't come forward and be like, "Hey guys, I'm uncomfortable and I'm jealous because this and that." No. What he started doing is like pushing me away, expecting me to come chase after him, but I'm like, I didn't do a motherfucking thing to you.
Exactly.
So I have no problem with you, but whatever problem you got with me, you know you can come to me with it. If you're, upset that I'm not paying enough attention to you or anything like that. It got to a point where he started calling me. He hadn't called me at months at this point, and I was like, hey. And he was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "Well, nothing, I'm just chilling at home." He's like, "Oh, okay, I'm finna go out with such and such." And I'm like, "Okay, have fun." He's like, "Okay, I'll have fun, bye." Weird.
Why do you have to announce who you're going to hang out with?
Because I don't care.
We don't give a fuck. We don't give a flying fuckity fuck, right. Shirley Temple. We don't. Go ahead and hang out with Betsy in the Lion's Den. Like, go ahead, go be great. Like, ugh. And my last point, you guys, is I'm probably gonna have Blue screaming. Their style and look is the only right way to dress.
If the style I think you're talking about, that should be in the fucking fashion Bible of what not to do or what not to wear. It should be like on the commandments of the fashion Bible.
Oh my God.
Do not wear loafers with skinny jeans. Do not wear loafers, a t-shirt, a family reunion t-shirt, and a baggy ass pair of jeans together. And do not wear a beanie with your puff balls stuffed inside it.
Looking like goddamn, what it is, hey.
Who did it and why?
But yes, you guys, those were my points. I had seen that on TikTok.
But let's elaborate on the fashion thing real quick. Okay, so let's say you're complaining about your fashion, right?
Right.
And you go to your friends saying, I hate the way I dress and I hate the way I look. Mm-hmm. And what are your friends naturally going to offer to do? Try to dress you up, right?
Right.
So me and J. Marie were tasked with taking him to Ross, dress for less. It's a good store. Great store.
Love it.
Love it. Love going there. And we dressed him up, and we dressed him up good. He was looking like a good young man of society, like an average 21-year-old man would look, right? And we get back in the car. We're feeling confident. We got him dressed up. We got a couple good outfits picked out for him, but he didn't buy them. But it gets back to us that we don't have his best interest at heart when it comes to dressing him. Now, what does that mean of our efforts? You come to us for help, and you're just going to say, fuck it, you don't have my best interest at heart, so I'm not changing.
Fuck my ass.
I'm still going to wear the same 3 t-shirts, 1 dusty-ass pair of loafers from the Civil Rights March.
Oh, my
From Montgomery,
God.
from Selma.
Oh, my God, I almost went under this desk.
And I'm still going to wear it. I'm not going to change nothing. Them same holy t-shirts, I'm still wear them to death. Do we part? And you're like, throw your hands up in the air. Fuck it. All right, then. Okay.
Y'all, we took him to Ross, and y'all should have, like, literally, we had our other friend on the phone, and he was in tears.
Yes, he looked so good. He was in tears because he said, you look like a normal young man. And the lady at Ross, she was looking him up and down. We was like, ma'am, can you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10? And what she said like a 9.
Yeah,
or something like that. She's like 9. And I was like, oh my God.
Shoot your motherfucking shot. Now I was rooting it. Y'all know me. Go ahead, go shoot your shot. But motherfuckers just like, yeah, I don't look good in this.
But then at one point he was like, I'm gonna give you guys each $1,000 to do shopping in Ross. We don't need $2,000 to go shopping in Ross.
No.
To replace your wardrobe.
Give me a good 100 and I promise you I'll give you a whole good wardrobe. I'll give you shoes and clothes galore. But 1,000, sir, you do you even wear the shit that's in your closet?
No.
Nah. With the nasty ass pants. You know what? I said I wasn't gonna talk about this man on this podcast, but y'all, I think we're gonna be doing the Tales of the Tubes, like a segment. We gotta do a segment or something.
It's gonna have to be its own podcast.
It got to. Y'all let us know in the emails if y'all want that to be a separate podcast. If y'all
or an episode. Or one episode.
We're down to do it. Like, it'll be an episode. What is this, episode 2? It'll be a 2.5. But no, you guys, we're about to go ahead and get to Miss Blue's notes and what she wants to say. I know, I'm sorry that I talk so much, but we're gonna go ahead and get into her, so we'll be right back, you guys. What's up, you guys? It's J. Marie, and of course we are at a commercial break for a moment before we get back to the topic, but I wanted to let y'all know that I have a YouTube channel called Chunky the Gamer. If y'all are not entwined or y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure when you go to the bar at the top of YouTube, type in Chunky the, not THE, but DA Gamer, and I'm going to pop up, you guys. I have so much content coming to that channel, but make sure y'all go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, okay? And make sure when y'all get there, hit the notification button and let me know in the comments if I sunshine from the podcast. All right, love y'all guys so much, and I will see y'all on the YouTube channel.
Okay, so we are back.
We back.
J. Marie.
Yo.
What is the difference between an acquaintance, a friend, and a best friend for you?
Okay, because I always get them mixed up sometimes. I do that. I'm admit to my wrong. So, an acquaintance to me is someone like you see them casually or like this is not the type of person you'll be like, hey, you know, let's go and get drinks or something.
Right.
This is just like a casual conversation that you see somebody in the store or something. Just keep it a casual conversation. A friend, I feel like, is someone, this is more than an associate. This is someone that, you know, if they call and be like, hey, you want to go out to drinks? Yeah, let's go out for drinks. Or, hey, let's go see a movie. Or, you want to go travel? Well, I don't know. They haven't got to the travel stage yet, because a lot of people say they want to go travel, then turn around and be like, they ain't
I
traveling.
found some friends. You can have some friends, but just because your friend is your friend, they can't be a travel friend.
Yes.
There's a difference between an at-home friend and a travel friend.
Oh, it's a difference. My God, that's a good one. A best friend, though. A best friend is someone that if you pick up the phone and be like, I got a vent. They'll be like, I'm listening, or I'm all ears. I'm here for you. A best friend is someone that you could definitely rely on, that's there for you when times are rough. It doesn't matter how long you've been knowing them. If they locked in like that with you, I feel like, yeah, that's the best friend. Someone that you can trust with anything that you tell them. They won't go off and tell your business.
Right.
Someone that communicates their feelings to you. That's a big thing too. I feel like if you can't communicate your feelings to your best friend, as far as if they, for example, if Blue pissed me off right now, I'm not gonna lie. I get in my feelings every blue moon, but she ain't never just really put me in my feelings to be like, all right, bitch, I ain't gonna talk to you for a while. But if she does get me to that level, I've now gotten to the conclusion where, okay, Blue, this is what happened. This is what you said. You don't have to apologize for it, but I took it to heart. And this is how I was feeling at that time. And I just want to let you know this is how I'm feeling. If you cannot tell your best friend that, and you hide all those emotions and they're bottled up, and then now all of a sudden you want to lash out on them like a couple months from now, and then you be like, well, back in fucking February you called me a rattlesnake ass bitch. Well, what the fuck? Well, that affects you? You should have told me something then. So yeah, what about yours?
Yeah, I agree with most of that. And a lot of people don't realize friendships require maintenance, like romantic relationships, like best friendships, that requires communications like you would in a romantic relationship. And everyone defines friendship differently. Some people are gonna, call everybody in the world their friend if they speak 2 words. Hey, that's my bestie. But then there are some people who are really cool with you. They really have to call you their friend. They're just gonna have to be open with you and vulnerable with you, and that's why they call you their friend. But yeah, I would say an acquaintance is somebody you know, but you're not close friends. Y'all are cool and y'all have some familiarity, but you really don't know anything about them besides surface level stuff. And I would say a friend is someone you like and you have a mutual affection with, someone you might hang out with time to time. You might have compatible personalities. You might share interests or hobbies, and you know things about each other, but not any dark secrets. A best friend, I would say a best friend is about intimacy. And intimacy is about self-disclosure. And when you disclose things about yourself, that can be shallow or deep. Shallow are things you don't mind anyone knowing about you, and deep is just something you don't want anyone to know.
Yeah. And
you trust them with your secrets, like it's not going to get back to you. You're fully invested in them and their well-being. Someone you go to for support and comfort when you need it, and somebody you can keep it real with and they tell you what you need to hear. Oh my gosh, that was a big issue with Tales of the Tune.
Oh my God, this nigga got examples.
Keeping things honest and clear and upfront, but it just felt like he couldn't even be honest with himself, so he couldn't be honest with other people, and that just took, it just sent things downhill really fast, and it just got really old because I just got so tired of all the lying. Just lying for no reason. We could be like, hey, Tone, what you ate yesterday? Oh, I had a hot dog. Whole time he had a pizza yesterday. Just no reason.
And y'all, it's not the fact that we are exaggerating this. This is literally the life this motherfucker was living, and it's like, He wanted to do better so bad, and it was just like,
but you're not putting in the action to work.
Right.
But going back to being honest and keeping it real, me and J. Marie were trying to have a really vulnerable conversation with him about what he was doing and how he was going through something. Okay, he's sitting down and we're like, hey, are you okay with this situation with Trevor? And I was in the middle of my sentence. And he said, he gets up, grabs his keys. He said, let me go. He grabs his keys and runs out the door. He left his wallet. He left his phone. He just took his keys and he left. And we were just sitting there in shock for a moment. We're like, what? Did he just leave? We saw his lights back out and back up the driveway and just leave. And we're like, oh my God. We're like, we didn't even get to the good part yet. We didn't even say anything. And it's like he came back. Well, we went out to go look for him because we thought he ran his car into a river. We did. We're not even being funny.
We thought he just was like, the conversation we had, I'm not going to say too much about it, but one thing I want to say is, before Blue continue her story, motherfuckers be holding a lot of power. Ooh, y'all, Blue said that. When she said that, I screamed. Right. Because it's facts. Go ahead, Blue.
I said something like, you are worshiping Trevor like he is your God. He is a human being. His name, just his mere name, would make him shake. And it was just ridiculous. We're just like, what the fuck is going on with you, you know? And it was just like, you worship him. Like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. Yeah. You worship him. You think about him every day, every night. Everything you do, he's your every thought. You know, you go home and you just go home and think about him under this blanket that he gave you a year ago and stuff like that. And, you know, his name holds so much weight with you. And we went out to go look for him. We went through these scary ass places where he likes to go to his happy place. Imagine his happy place being these scary ass places that we had to drive through. We could barely see shit. At some point he came back, he grabbed his wallet, and he left again. But we came back in, his phone was still there, and we're sitting down, we're like, fuck. You know, and my other friend was like, he's a grown ass man, let him go. Whatever he's gonna do, it's on him. And we were like, right. And we just gave up the search. And he comes back in. J. Marie's going the fuck off. She's like, what is wrong with you? You have really lost your fucking mind. And I was just there in shock. And he says, I was crying. And we're like, so? What? And he's like, I don't like to cry in front of other people. I can't do it. And we're like, what? We're just like, what is wrong with you? Going back to that, it's okay to cry in front of your friends. If these are your people, it's okay to drop a couple tears. That was a mess. And it's just like, what is a friend if you cannot be vulnerable and honest and open with them?
Right. Ooh, my.
And it just felt like he had a hard time doing that, you know.
He didn't take what we like, and me and Blue were honest, and Blue would even say, before I even came in the picture, she was honest to him, and he doesn't like honesty.
He don't want to be honest with himself. He doesn't like reality.
He doesn't want to be honest with himself, and Blue has shared also with me that this motherfucker don't want to be alone.
He don't want to be alone. Like, he's never at home. Like, every time I spoke to him, he's always outside. You know, he's like, he told me himself, I don't want to be alone. I'm like, well, but you have to be alone at some point, so what are you going to do? And like, from that, he didn't know himself, and that's one of our topics for one of our episodes this season. Know yourself, you know. Ooh, no. And there's just so many problems that branched out of him not knowing to himself, not sitting in the dark and talking to himself. You know, well, Tune, what did I do today? Was I good to everybody that I met? Mm-hmm. Was I giving out the same energy that I wanted to be given? The answer is obviously no. He was just always outside with any and everybody, being with his best friend, number 567, just outside every single day. But you need time to sit with yourself. And when the lights go out and you go to bed at night, it's all just you. Yeah. You're thinking it's all just you. Mm-hmm. And he was going to war with his thoughts at night, I'm sure.
That's where them demons
Right.
came from.
That's why he's always
for real.
he was always out. It could be an average Wednesday. He was out till 4:00 in the morning. I'd be like, well, what the fuck are you doing at 4:00 in the morning outside?
He's drinking coffee.
Oh my god. And it's just so much comes from not knowing who you are, not knowing himself. He didn't want to grow as a person at all. And that's one of my things, you know, I can't be friends. I made a TikTok about that. I can't be friends with people who hate themselves or they're just afraid to grow as a person in that way.
I feel like I wouldn't be. I don't want to be friends with a person that doesn't have anything going for them. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying like you don't know what you want.
Right, you haven't hit your stride yet. Not
yeah. It's just if oh no, I'm okay with being who not being who I am. I'm okay with being like this. I'm okay with living with rats. I'm okay with you're okay with being what in the position you are, and it's just like I don't want to have a friend that if I want to not pick up and go, but if I get big, I always say this, when I get big, when I get big, I'm going to take literally all of my friends with me, and I tell them that every single day. But I don't want it to be where I want to take you with me and you out here still doing that same shit at the same time, wearing the same shit. I want a friend that has a strive. I want a friend that is motivated. I want a friend that, you know, is like, all right, let's get this money. Like I'm not all about the money, but I'm all about a hustle. Right. Anybody that's my friend or anybody that know me, I'm always about a hustle. If you don't have no hustle in yourself, or you not the type of person, and another thing, I hate a motherfucker. If you my friend, please at least have some form of, I want to get a job. Like, how are you supposed to live if you don't have a job? Right. Like, I understand the Lord blesses a lot of people, but you gotta give to receive. You know, yeah. And going back to Tune. Goddamn. Tune. He an example for this whole fucking episode. I don't even say this to bash him, but like it's just a lot of situations, a lot of lessons that can be taken just from his life. And it's just, you know, and Tune was unemployed at this time, and I was like, well, you know, Target's hiring for the holidays, they pay about this much. My brother worked at Target at the time, and he was like making like $1,000 every other week, you know, and that's some good ass money to be in the retail, I believe. But he's like, no, I want to work in the pharmacy at Walmart. Do you have a pharmacist certification, license, or degree of some kind? Answer was no. So why do you think you're going to be a pharmacist? I'm just waiting on them to call me back. The lady says she gonna get me on. 6 months later, still unemployed. So why don't you just go try here, try there? A job is a job, you know, at the end of the day. No, I don't want to go back to food service after I was traumatized at some certain place. And I don't want to do that. Okay. But then he turned around and started judging other people for their jobs and what they're doing. Oh, you don't have this and you don't have that and that. You don't have a degree. You don't have a car. You don't have this. You don't have a pot to piss in. You don't have none of those either, sir. What school are you enrolled in? Where are you working at? What car are you driving? Oh, okay. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. And then, I mean, I again, and I know Blue could vouch for me, is this. We are not on, this episode is not to bash old Tune, but Tune is a maniac. And I just feel like everything we have went through as far as with him has set an example of this episode of define a friend. What a friend should be. Because that, him, he don't need no friends. He don't need to be a friend of nobody's. He needs to really sit down and reconsider a lot of things before. I feel like you gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else. So that means you gotta be a friend of yourself before you can be a friend to anybody. Most definitely. And also, I feel as though I always hear, treat others the way that you want to be treated. Right. So if you treat your friend like shit, do you want to be treated like shit? Right. If you treat yourself like shit, are you gonna treat your friend like shit? Like, treat others the way you want to be treated. So yeah, I said it backwards. Right. So if you treat them like shit and they treat you like shit, I mean, you can't get mad.
Right. You get what you give.
Yes, you get what the fuck you give. Point blank, period. Do you have anything else to say? I mean, I had some more stuff written down, but I don't really want to, make this a 2-hour.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
I think I'm good over here.
Okay.
Before we go into the emails, you guys, I just want to know some feedback from y'all. What y'all think about this? First of all, I want to ask Blue, how did you think about this whole episode we did?
I'm having a good time, but I wasn't expecting Tune to take over most of this conversation.
Goddamn, he did, but y'all, more episodes to come, y'all. That was just a prime example of what kind of friend not to encounter.
But I feel like there's just really good lessons that can be learned from Tune. This is not a Tune bashing thing, but it's just so many lessons that could be learned from just this human. This thing of nature, this creature.
That poor baby. But no, you guys, we're about to go ahead and get to the email, so we will be right back.
And we're having a commercial break.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see y'all after the commercial break.
Are you enjoying the show? Give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on and connect with us on social media. Our Instagram is @VividlyVocalPod. Our Facebook is VividlyVocal Podcast, and our Twitter is @VividlyVocal.
Vividly Vocal is an independent operation, so if you want to help us get bigger and better, cash up us at $VividlyVocal. Now, back to the show.
Okay, we're back. First email. Podcast chat. Discuss. Are bisexual men in?
Okay, so to answer that question, I've dated a bisexual man. I've dated 2. No, hold on. I dated 1, and I was trying to talk to the other one, but Lord. But dating a bisexual man honestly was I'm the type of person, I'm not going to sit here and judge your past as long as you're not doing it in the present while you are doing it with me, But I'm not going to say I wouldn't do it again, but I wouldn't mind a bisexual. I wouldn't mind, quote unquote, I wouldn't mind. But I don't know if I could see myself actually trying to talk to or date another one, only because I see that not all of them, but some bisexual men, they're a little feisty. They're a little feisty, and I'm feisty with them. So we can't intertwine with each other like that. But
I've never dated a bisexual man, but I'm open to trying it. I don't want to judge someone by their sexuality because, we're all just people at the end of the day. And, I don't want to say they're in because a lot of people are bisexual. A lot of men are bisexual, if you know what I mean. But they're not going to be open about it because, they live in fear of being judged for being bisexual. And I'm open to it. I'm open to, meeting one. And I feel like eventually we're going to see a trend as with women. Like, if you guys have noticed, like I've noticed in the past maybe couple years, when it used to be like, oh, don't be a lesbian, don't be a lesbian, don't be a lesbian. And now every girl I see on Facebook is talking about, oh, I like girls, I like coochie, I like this and that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I remember growing up, I guess I was tomboyish growing up, but I was just being a child growing up. And people used to just assume I was a lesbian just because, I don't know, I was a little tomboyish. But like, I don't have anything against people who are lesbian or bisexual. But it's just like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah.
When did it become a trend to like pussy?
Like club, God said,
but poke it out. I ain't gay, but now every girl talk about, I'm looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for a girlfriend. No, you're not.
It's a trend.
It's a trend. But maybe, as society, it becomes more open and more accepting. Maybe we'll see more men who are okay with living in their truth and whatnot. Yeah. But I'm open to meeting a bisexual man as long as he's open with his truth. He's honest about his sexual history, as with straight men too, and and you're and you're responsible,
Yeah. So that's our opinion on that. So y'all, thank y'all so much for the ones that have started emailing us your stories.
Right.
Let's get into this. A lot of new emails we have gotten, a lot of old ones we have gotten. So let's get into it. So this one says, I haven't heard from y'all in forever. Hey girls, I'm really glad you two made this podcast. I'm so excited. How have y'all been? I heard the first episode and all my questions have been answered. Okay, thank you, Jesus, because I was not repeating it. So let me just start the story off with this because I need a lot of help. My friend and I had a lot happen within our relationship. We met when I was 18, and to make a long story short, we trauma bonded over a lot. Okay. She became less of a friend and more like a sister to me at some point, but our friendship got really unhealthy and exhausting to maintain. I ended our friendship when I was 19, and she continued to reach out to me through the years with messages on Instagram, texts, etc. Recently, she texted me again, and I've been in a really dark place, super lonely lately. So I replied. We met up once and have been texting pretty frequently. Today, she told me that she thought I would never speak to her again, and because of that, she decided to get a matching tattoo with me. I got my very first tattoo while I was still friends with her. She came with me to the parlor and watched me get it done. I also posted a picture of it on Instagram. She took this tattoo I have gotten while she was with me years ago and got the same one tatted on her body, but in a different spot. She defended it by saying she really wanted to honor me and didn't think I would speak to her again. So she wanted a tattoo for me. I'm not mad, but I genuinely don't know how to feel. This tattoo is pretty unique and meant a lot to me personally. I understand she did it to honor me, but I don't think that was the right thing to honor me with. What to do? By the way, congrats on the new podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Okay, so what was the I guess I'm kind of slow, but was the matching tattoo, this was a tattoo you said that, this is your very first tattoo, right. So I feel like anybody who legitimately gets a very first tattoo, I mean, the tattoo gonna mean something to you, or sometimes people just get tattoos to just say, hey, I got a tattoo. What value does this tattoo hold in your life? Is it a tattoo of...
it was unique and meant a lot to her personally.
So I want to know what does the tattoo say? What does it like? What does it mean to you? Because it might mean one of my tattoos I have is dedicated to my sister. So she got the same tattoo. That would offend me, because why the fuck? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like what does it mean to you that made you get kind of irritated about the fact that your friend got
in the tattoo community? It's very offensive, apparently, from what I've read, to copy tattoos from other people, because it's an artist's work and the artist is putting work into it. Yeah. And you grab whoever's tattoo, the personal meaning, and you put it on your body. It's disrespectful from what I've seen and what I've read. It's just a no-no amongst people who get tattoos, apparently. Definitely. And I can see why she's a little bit weirded out, because she said they ended their friendship when she was 19 because it got unhealthy and exhausting to maintain for whatever her reasons are. And she ended the friendship, and throughout the years she's continuing to send her messages, and she doesn't, she ended the friendship because it was unhealthy. And she texted again because she's been lonely. She responded. Now, are you trying to pursue a friendship again, or are you just reaching back out to her solely because you're lonely and you just want somebody to talk to?
That is another good question.
And she thought I would never speak to her again. So therefore, she took the tattoo from her Instagram and put it on her body to honor her.
Ah, okay. I knew I was reading something incorrectly. Okay,
it wasn't a matching tattoo. It wasn't a plan to get a matching tattoo.
But she matched that tattoo.
She matched the tattoo.
So this tattoo did have meaning to you, and she just took it and said, "Oh, I'm gonna match it." That's weird.
Right. It is weird.
Okay, so that's weird. I would feel some type of way about that too, because Why? That's not a way to honor me.
Yeah.
That's
you can
weird.
do anything else. You know?
That's weird. That's weird as fuck. Yeah, I would feel some type of way about that. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't really just kick it with the bitch after that. I'm sorry.
You have your reasons for ending the friendship in the first place, and don't let your current loneliness take you back to something you knew was unhealthy in the beginning. So you just have to reevaluate. Has she changed somewhat, or is this something is this friendship you're going to continue with, or is it worth whatever is going to happen next?
Or is she the same OG?
Right,
same OG.
Right, but you have your reasons for why you ended the friendship. Our feet were put in front of us for a reason.
Yeah. So don't second guess your thoughts. I mean, just kind of. I just say don't distance yourself, but think about this shit. Just don't go with what your heart say, or be like, you know what, I'm just gonna say fuck this shit, bitch, you're weird. No, just think about it. And if she shows more weird activity, leave that bitch where the fuck she at, and just be like, it was nice, but we're just gonna leave our friendship in the past, and we're just gonna continue growing, but just not together.
Right. That is kind of weird, though. I would be weirded out by that.
That's freaky as fuck.
Hi. This is my first time emailing the podcast.
Hey.
I was listening to the old one you guys were on, and I immediately connected with J. Marie. Girl, I just really admire you. I like Blue a lot. I don't want to seem like I'm picking favorites, but J. Marie, your personality is so bright. Aww. You remind me of this YouTuber that me and my fiance are always watching. His name is Burleezy on YouTube. Me and my fiance watch him and Corey Kenshin all the time. But you kind of remind me of a mixture of both. Blue, you remind me of this podcaster named Scotty B.
I love Scotty B.
She was on this podcast called Black Girl Podcast. You guys should really listen to them. Can I start getting help from you guys? This is the problem. This is my best friend for 17 years. We are like sisters, really, and very close. I have been with my partner for 5 years, and she has been with her for 9 years. Early this year, my partner and I started to talk about getting engaged, looking at rings, etc., which made her want to as well, which was exciting too. Then my partner actually bought one, and we went on holiday, and he proposed. Apart from a few excited texts and convos, she keeps turning the conversation back to her and her partner getting engaged. Right? I know she really wants to and is playing it down, and us getting engaged first has hit a sore spot. I feel like she has not celebrated my engagement at all, not even a nice card. I always bring her stuff back from trips, even got her a bottle of nice champagne for her recent graduation, and took half a day off to go to the event. I feel like it's all about her and her life at the moment with nothing in return. We went out to their house for dinner, and her partner who we brought stuff back for didn't even say thank you or congratulations on our engagement, or even ask how the trip was. It's all so weird, and I don't know if I'm being silly or overthinking. You're not overthinking.
No, that's a hater ass bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be so vulgar about it, but that's a hater. So, you know what? I'm so tired.
You guys were talking about getting you guys were talking about getting engaged first. They've been together for almost a decade, and then suddenly they start looking for rings right after y'all. That's weird. That's really weird. I mean, and besides that, she's not acknowledging your engagement at all. Instead of you being like, congratulations, bestie, we're gonna get married. Yay, bestie, we're getting married. But she's being weird about it.
Yeah.
You're not overthinking.
I just feel like she wants to be like her, and it's a jealousy thing. Let me see how long they've been friends. Lord, best friend for 17 years. So basically, for all 17 years, that girl been watching your every fucking move, how you move, when you move, and why you move like that. So when you finally move different and you decide to do something, and I just want to know, before I go into that, has she been like this before? Has there been a jealousy streak from high school or something like that? I don't see you talking about it, but it feels like, I don't know, I'm just getting this energy. I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm getting the energy like she's done this before. Like, from how long y'all been knowing each other? Has she been like this in high school, like middle school, elementary, however long y'all been going, like being friends? because just for her to be weird like that, it feel like she been jealous of you.
Right. It seems like she didn't want you to one up her, quote unquote, in some way, because she's been with this person for almost 10 years and you just now get married. Just when I decide, we're looking at engagement rings, and suddenly that makes you want to look for a ring. That's weird.
Jealousy. I say watch out for her. You're not being crazy. You're not overthinking. Just watch out for her.
Right.
Just see. You know what? Just do something out of spite and see how she feel. See if she do it. Matter of fact, go get a motherfucking tattoo.
Right. She seems like a follower, so I mean, do something, and see if she do the same thing.
I say get a tattoo. Goddamn. I think I need a tattoo. Get a tattoo. And if she get the tattoo that's similar to that, then you know. Oh, you ain't even got to do that at all. Eat some yogurt. Maybe she'll eat some yogurt.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Next email we got. It say, wait a minute. YouTube. Did we quit the Dive Deep podcast?
It's over, baby.
It's over. LOL, wait. I'm really confused. I heard the last email, and I want to tell J. Marie that I am so sorry that she had to go through that and had to deal with such horrible people. You mean episode?
I don't know.
I don't know. You deserve people who are going to be there for you and not judge you or anything of the sort. Okay, you might have meant episode, but I understand. Hope you succeed in life and they be so jealous. Girl, come on. People are so horrible. I have so new things that's going on, but I did have to ask a question, and I don't know if anybody asked this. What happened to K Baby? I don't know if I missed something or I just didn't acknowledge her leaving, but why did she ever leave? I love it when it's just you two, but I just want to know whatever happened to her. What happened? Oh, happened to her. But this is what I need help with. Recently, I got to know a friend of a friend who is literally my ideal type. He is incredibly cute, kind, sincere, funny, and we also have the same interests. I feel as if we were made for each other, for real. We are in the talking stage. We hang out with more friends, go to parties together, and text on social media. Everything seems to be just fine, and he shows signs that he likes me too. I should be happy and excited, but I feel myself having overwhelming anxiety about this. Aww. And I don't know what to do. I genuinely think this person is for me, but I'm afraid that my anxiety is going to ruin things and make me lose feelings or interest due to the fear I feel. I have only had one boyfriend before, and that didn't end well. He gave me so many insecurities, and it's crazy. Also, he was jealous. It was impossible. I know this time things will most likely be different because this guy is nothing like him, and he's literally an angel. But my anxious self-sabotaging behavior has been bothering me for a while now. What should I do? Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. I remember you. I actually remember this person. I had to look at her name a little bit more. This is the person that she went to her ex-boyfriend's house and something like that, the best friend. I want to say this is the best friend with the girlfriend that was cheating and had to climb out the window, and he ended up beating the old dude up. I want to say this the one. Is it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back in some emails, but I want to say this the one. But to answer your first question, nothing happened necessarily to K Baby. She went on pregnancy leave, and that was it. She just didn't come back. It was some confrontation between that, though, of why she didn't come back. But, I mean, I'm not going to go into detail with that, but she just, But
she delivered her baby boy, healthily.
Yes, she did. Her baby is here, still, thugging it out with him and his mommy. But, I mean, it's no hard feelings with her at all. I mean, she wishes this podcast now nothing but success. She is a active listener, actually, too. So, I mean, that's what happened. I mean, it was a lot on her as far as, coming back and forth. So she just like, I'm just going to take a maternity leave, and majority of us understood that. A lot of us didn't, but majority of us understood that. So, that was just that. Nothing more, nothing less. To answer your second question, to help you out with that, I can't say I'm in the same boat because I don't have a man yet, but I've had it to where my anxiety has went through the fucking roof because I thought somebody genuinely gave a fuck about me and liked me, and I was like, previous relationships have fucked me up so bad to where I either pushed them away or something like that. So,
right.
I mean, let me go back to your question, baby, because, I say just give yourself prep talks. It's not you that was the problem in the first relationship. If you say that your ex-boyfriend had insecurity problems and this and that, you knew right there that you wasn't the problem, it was him. So don't let this opportunity pass you.
Right.
I know it's hard to fight anxiety because I suffer with it very badly, and especially if I like somebody and I'm sitting in front of them, I'm going to shake like a stripper on the fucking pole. So I get where you're coming from. I just say I don't know what to say with that. What would you say? I'm trying to go somewhere with it, but I think you'll probably catch it.
You saying this person is the one for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, do you know him well? Do you know him? Are you close? You saying he's an angel, but I feel like that puts a lot of pressure back on you for you to be quote unquote perfect. He's a human. Just remember, he's a human being at the end of the day. If this does not work out, I'm not going to speak down on your relationship, but if this does not work out, it's not a reflection of you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be afraid to be happy. Don't be afraid to trust the feeling.
Right.
And, don't be afraid to just give it a try, and, if you feel as though it's going to take another route and you have, reason to believe that it's going to take the same route as your previous relationship, God forbid, you know the red flags and you can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to put yourself back out there. If everything's going well so far, why not just give it a shot and see where it's going to go? You never know. Maybe it could be your person for you, And I love this show called BoJack Horseman, if anybody's ever seen it. And I'm not going to spoil it, but the last episode, somebody got married. And they were talking to this character, and they said, how do you trust it? How do you trust the happiness? And she was like, I don't trust the feeling, but I trust him, her husband. So if you can trust this man, why not just give it a try and see where it's going to go?
I love that. Yes, ma'am, Blue. All right. Next email we have is
new listener.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, ladies. I was just getting into the old podcast that you guys were on. Just to find out that podcast was done for. I had a lot of questions, but I did listen to the first episode of this podcast, which gave me more insight on why you guys created a new one. I will be listening more to this one, and hopefully I grow to like it since you guys are new to this podcast. I just need advice on one thing. So my boyfriend is the one that if he sees me on my phone, he'll ask me, who are you texting or what are you doing? And being the person I am, I always flip my phone over and show him to give him assurance and to avoid an argument. One night, he's laying in bed and I jokingly look over his phone and ask him who he's texting, since like I said, he does it to me all the time. And we just got into an argument because he says, don't do that. That makes me feel like you don't trust me, what I'm doing over here. I don't like that. But I'm like, whoa.
Hold on.
Okay, you do it all the time. And now he's nagging, saying I should have just been like, okay, I won't do it again. And that I should have been feminine about it. But like, what? Make it make sense, please. It don't.
It don't make sense at all.
The math not mathing. It's not making sense.
If 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8.
And what the fuck is this?
Okay, for him to act like that, I'm just gonna flat out say it. My boy is hiding something from you.
That's very suspect.
I feel like if he wasn't so insecure, or not insecure, if he wasn't so adamant or upset about what you did, he would have just been like, here, babe, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
But for him to immediately go into defense mode and like, don't do that shit, chill out.
Right.
He hiding something. If he ain't talking to a bitch, he talking to a nigga. I'm sorry.
Right, and if it's like...
I'm sorry.
But if he does that every time you're on the phone, why can't it be every now and then when he's on the phone, especially when it was a joke? And you should have been feminine. What does that mean?
Go for Krishan on his ass and be by his motherfucking ass. I'm sorry. Shout out to Krishan. But don't be like Krishan.
That's
Please
suspect.
Don't.
That is very suspect.
He either talking to a bitch or he talking to a nigga. Period. Periodic table. Because ain't no fucking way you about to get all mad because what they say is cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. That part. That's what it is. So, last but not least, you guys, we got this is the last email. So it says, "What's up, ladies? Hey,
it's nice to see you again.
Hey. Seems like forever since we last talked. Like literally, I'm very happy this is the new and improved sound and podcast for you girls. I remember when I first heard season 1 of Dive Deep. Goddamn. Woo! You can tell that they wasn't prepared, but just J. Marie. Yes, I had everything ready, baby. Not to throw shade, but I made sure I listened to all the seasons and just to hear that it not only ended, but to have a new one with just you two, I'm living for this. And let's not ignore the new jingle. Hey, we vividly vocal. I was tired of hearing Trey Songz screaming in my
Splash
in my ear to dive in. LOL. But it's good to hear you too. I already heard why it ended, so I don't have any questions on that again because I was not going to answer y'all. But I do want to know this. Will you two be doing live shows? Not right now, but once the podcast gets up there some more, like down the line, will you two be booking shows to do live episodes? I hear and see it done all the time, and I think you two will be amazing. Please give me feedback on this because I want to know. I mean,
I would like to. I'm not against it.
Dope. Yeah. I mean, if the opportunity comes,
right,
and we get more listeners, hell
and know we have enough for an audience at a location, and of course.
Have the mood set nice, have our background in the back. I can see it. Right. If you can see it, we definitely
fucks with it.
Yeah, we fucks with it definitely. That you know what? That's something on our wish list right now.
Right.
We got a lot of me and Blue to say right now, even though this is our second episode, to say that we're just starting this new podcast. We've been getting a lot of love from y'all.
Right. Love it. And we're grateful.
We really appreciate all that y'all do. So, if we get more people to, pay attention and find us, or if, somebody discover us, like y'all for a long time been trying to get DC Young Fly podcast to discover us. Get them.
Right, spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your family, spam some comment sections, do whatever needs to be done.
Yes, definitely. I love it. So yeah, I see it in the future. But y'all, that is going to be it.
Right.
Of the episode.
Right.
So now what we're going to be doing is, instead of us always having something like, instead of both of us giving advice towards the end, each person is going to give a statement or advice, something to go on with you for the
week.
Yeah, for the week. So this episode, Miss Blue is going to take y'all away with some very encouraging words. Go ahead.
Create a world where vulnerability is universal, empathy is critical, and authenticity is your superpower. And remember to vote on Wednesday for Election Day.
Vote! If you have not voted, please vote now. Please go out there and vote. Your voice matters. Right now, your voice fucking matters. So
more than ever, actually.
Yes. So please go out there and vote. We voted. So we waiting on you. Point blank period. But that's going to be it, you guys. We love y'all. We love y'all so much. please keep sharing and telling people about the podcast. And y'all never know, later on in the line, we might have some special guests pop up. So, I mean, yeah, let's do that. All right. But this is the end. This is Shay Marie.
This is Blue.
And we will see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.